Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you how to make an amazing chocolate cake with just 2 ingredients. No sugar, no flour to bind it, no milk. It's super easy. You can make it all by hand and it's ready in no time. You're going to love it. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you if you usually eat cake in your daily life. Maybe as an afternoon snack, as part of breakfast, or if it's more of a weekend thing or for special occasions. What's your favorite cake flavor? I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because that really helps me out. And to get the ingredients, take a look down below in the description. I always list the ingredients with the exact amount so you can make everything just right at home. So our first ingredient is the eggs, which are right here. I'm going to start mixing the egg whites with the yolks. Remember that the yolk is super rich in choline, and eggs are one of the few foods that naturally contain vitamin D. Eggs are a very nutritious, very interesting, and extremely rich food. And the egg white is super rich in albumin, a high biological value protein that's really good for our health and for our daily diet. The first thing I need to do here is mix the egg white and yolk well so that it becomes really homogeneous. We pierce the yolk right here and beat it. You don't need a mixer or anything like that, but I'm using this whisk here to make it easier. After everything is really well mixed, I'll come back so we can add the second ingredient. Hold on a second. So the second ingredient we'll be using is chocolate bars. For this recipe, it can't be cocoa powder. Sometimes you ask me, but it really has to be chocolate bars. This chocolate I'm using here is sweetened with stevia and is dairy-free. You can use whatever chocolate you like as long as it's at least 70%, because that way you ensure a higher percentage of cocoa, which is actually the ingredient that brings the nutritional benefits of chocolate, right? Cocoa really helps with our sense of good mood, well-being. It also contains nutraceuticals, flavonoids, is high in fiber. People are sometimes surprised by the nutritional information of the recipe. They say, Patricia, where does all this fiber come from? It comes from good quality chocolate. It really has a lot of fiber. So choose a good quality one to make this recipe. Now I'm going to let it melt. I'm going to melt it in our microwave or in a double boiler, and when it's ready, I'll come back here so we can mix it together. So, I've already melted the chocolate here. I'm going to transfer it and mix it well with the eggs. That's really all there is to the recipe. We mix this well until it's homogeneous and then bake it in the oven at 360 degrees. Later, I'll show you how it turns out. And if you want to add chopped peanuts, shredded coconut, all of that is still low in carbohydrates and could be an option. Tell me, do you prefer the traditional chocolate flavor or would you add another ingredient? What do you prefer? I'm mixing it in little by little here. Now you can see that everything is starting to come together nicely, and then I'll put it in the oven to bake. Sometimes you ask me if you can bake it in the air fryer too. You can, there's no problem at all. Also at 360 degrees, and it would actually be even faster, right? I'm going to bake it here in the oven and I'll be back in just a bit. Now it's all well mixed, so we transfer it here. I put this parchment paper because I want to unmold it more safely later, but you don't necessarily have to, okay? So I'm going to put it in the oven and I'll be back in just a bit because it bakes really quickly. It only took 20 minutes to be ready. The smell is out of this world. You can't even imagine. Make it yourself. It's so easy. I'm going to cut it and I'll be right back so we can try it. Look, I'm going to show you now what it looks like inside. Make it yourself. You're going to love it. Look at this texture. It even looks like a brownie, doesn't it? Remember to like the video. It really helps me out here on the channel, and to share it with anyone you know who will like it or who needs it. Let's work together to spread this chain of kindness. That's what I want here with the channel. Let's try it. So good. The texture is amazing. The flavor is wonderful. Make it yourself. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.